New allegations are emerging in the wake of Chris Cuomo's firing from CNN. This time, there's a sexual harassment claim being leveled against the anchor himself, which he denies.
Last week, Cuomo was suspended for his involvement in helping his brother, the former governor Andrew, battle his own.
Hey guys, thank you for watching. Subscribe, like, share, and follow. And don't forget to hit that
Sexual harassment accusations. NBC News correspondent Ann Thompson has more.
This morning, CNN anchor Chris Cuomo is out of a job and potentially in even more trouble, accused today of serious sexual misconduct.
This staffer worked with Coumo at ABC.
The new claim brought to CNN last week, one day after it suspended the primetime host for failing to tell the truth about just how involved he was in crafting his brother Andrew's defense in his sexual harassment scandal. The woman's attorney, Deborah Katz, saying, "My client came forward at this time because she felt in sharing her story and related documentation, she could help."
All right, I'll be the one to ask the question. Can women really help other women when they don't come forward as soon as it happens? And if some women are out here playing their body and their physique and their sexuality to get some positions, to get next to certain politicians or celebrities or whatever, whatever you may have going on in this world, can they really help each other? And how? I would like for you guys to comment down below. Thank you.
Other women. A Cuomo spokesperson said these apparently anonymous allegations are not true and that Cuomo stands by his on-air statements about sexual harassment issues.
I have always cared very deeply about these issues, and profoundly so.
Is that so, Chris Coumo? Let me ask you this question, homeboy. So most people who are profoundly so into these sexual harassment cases, it's kind of like a pastor preaching homosexuality, but oh my God, he's the biggest gay person in the church, right? So, Chris Coumo, are you really profoundly into these cases, or was you really profoundly into the fact that you were helping your brother try to get off his 11 cases that was coming out against him? And women, why wait? Oh, don't tell me it's for a job. Shit, I'm damn near working 10 hours a week without a job because I wouldn't take none. I wouldn't take none of it, won't take none of it. And this is just abuse from a supervisor, let alone having sexual abuse attached to it as well. So what are you talking about, Coumo?
I have always cared very deeply about these issues, and profoundly so.
Are y'all serious out here letting these people get away with this? And listen, we all have to take that yearly sexual harassment course. And to some women, it's flirting on the job, and to other men, it's flirting on the job. To some women, it's harassment if it's not warranted or accepted or, inviting, because some people invited on the job. You know how they go. They get the position, and then it's like, who? They crying wolf. He sexually assaulted me 5 years ago. I done traveled around the world, and I done went to Dubai, and I done bought me a 25,000 square foot home off of this man brushing up against me for 10 years on the job. And now I just want to help other women. And yes, I want to be a part of the Me Too movement. Like, are you serious? Knock it off. The way you can help another woman is just basically, the minute it happened, sock them in the eye. Be what her name was? Loretta, the Bobby woman? Lolita. I don't know what the hell her name is. Baby. I'm not provoking violence on this, but women, you need to learn to stand up and stop taking this kind of abuse on the job if it's real abuse. And women out here crying wolf, you done went with the mini skirts, you done went with the lunches, you done went with the trips around the world, you done stayed in hotels, you done met 2-3 o'clock in the morning, you done stayed up FaceTiming talking about you're working on a case or you're working on some laws. Only 5-10 years later, talking about you out here trying to help some other women. All right, let's keep it real now, ladies. Come on, there's some things we can do to take back control of our bodies and make a man bow down and worship it as he should. Hell, that's even biblical. Paul says, men, you better treat your women right. And with that being said, y'all, let's listen to the rest of this nonsense because I actually love Chris Cuomo and Andrew and their father, Mr. Senior Cuomo. But I know he rolling over in his grave right now like, damn it, boys. The legacy is ruined now. Couldn't keep you peeing in your pants for another 10 years. You're supposed to do that when you retire. Once you retire, you can have all the women you want, dang it. Lord, I know Mr. Cuomo. He was a really nice guy, y'all. He is definitely rolling over in his grave. Jesus. Well, anyway, I told you, Mr. Cuomo, that is Andrew, the one who have 11 cases against him for this alleged sexual harassment on the job, right? Because I believe women when you tell the truth. I believe women when it's truthful. Now, I ain't saying nobody out here lying, but people don't always tell the dang on truth when it comes to situations like this. So hey, I take my feelings out of it and just report my unbiased commentary, okay? It can happen to any one of us. And when it do, I suggest you say something immediately if you want to help other.
Over the weekend, CNN said in a statement, additional information has come to light. It is not clear if this allegation had a role in his firing. Attorney Katz also represents Charlotte Bennett, one of the 11 women whose allegations against former Governor Cuomo led to his resignations, allegations Andrew Cuomo denies. Though CNN promoted the brothers' relationship during the pandemic, Chris Cuomo did not report on his brother's scandal, but in May admitted to being in strategy sessions to help him.
It will not happen again. It was a mistake.
Texts and transcripts made public last week by the New York Attorney General's office showed just how much Chris Cuomo helped. Along with drafting statements and prepping his brother for a news conference, the younger Cuomo also reached out to journalists to see if other accusers were coming forward. Actions that cost Cuomo his job. Tweeting after his dismissal, "This is not how I want my time at CNN to end, but I have already told you why and how I helped my brother." Now, while Cuomo is out, CNN has yet to name a replacement for that time slot. But an indication of just how seriously the cable network takes this allegation and all the others is that it hired an independent law firm once the New York Attorney General's information came out. And that is who or what is looking into these allegations.
And that investigation continues even
Absolutely.
despite the resignation.
They said it would continue as appropriate.
Absolutely. All right, Ann Thompson, thank you so much. Good to have you here on set with us.
Women be like, hey, y'all, look, he just did XYZ to me. I need y'all to sign this right here. I'm about to give it to the mayor, the governor, the attorney general. I'm about to mail it to the president. I'm about to go on Facebook. I'm about to go on Twitter. I'm about to go on YouTube, IG, and Snapchat and let everybody know. Everybody know what this man just did to me. Let me just say, whatever the Cuomo brothers have coming to them, Guys, you do the time, you do the crime, you do the crime, you do the time, okay? And that's just simply how it is. When I was getting in trouble out in the street, I didn't look for anybody to pay for my mistakes, my sins, or anything like Christians do. They want to put it all off on Jesus instead of just admit to them being a sinner and work really hard at not doing the things that caused us to be that way from the beginning. So, the women are not on trial here. No, not in the court of public law, but the court of public popular opinion. You might be on trial. We as women, we may be on trial here because it's us allowing these perverts to get away with it, right? So as the gregarious and sometimes combative host of CNN's 9 p.m. hour, Mr. Cuomo, that is the younger brother, Chris, was at the peak of a broadcast journalism career that he had forged outside of his famed political family, meaning the father was governor, the brother Andrew governor. Chris says, I don't want to be in the business of politics. I'd rather go into media, XYZ. But it was the troubles of his brother, his bigger brother Andrew, who resigned the governorship in August, that ultimately embroiled Mr. Cuomo in a controversy that appeared to precipitate his demise. He helped his brother behind the scenes navigate his defense against the 11 cases that Mr. former governor of New York State, Andrew Cuomo, have against him. Now, y'all remember me doing that video and telling y'all about the attorney general, the new lady stepped in. I meant the governor stepped in for him, XYZ. Attorney general want to put charges on him. I also told you he had his nipples pierced, right? I said, my kind of governor. Now. And then this quote is on here, right? Excuse me if you hear me frying my little meat in the background, y'all. I do have to eat, right? So why not multitask? So the quote says, and then I have to go flip my meat. This is not how I want my time at CNN to end. But I have already told you why and how I helped my brother. Chris Cuomo said this in a statement earlier on Saturday. And he goes on to say, so let me now say, as disappointing as this is, I cannot be more proud of the team at Cuomo Prime Time and the work we did as CNN's #1 show in the most competitive time slot. And these people are sick. That's all it is about reigning. They ain't never out here living in truth. They ain't never out here giving it to us like the real deal. It's all about numbers. It's all about numbers with these people. It's all about numbers, y'all. So until last month, Mr. Cuomo had enjoyed the support of CNN's president, Jeff Zucker. And he faced no discipline for his behind-the-scenes strategizing with Andrew Cuomo's political aides, a breach of basic journalistic norm. This isn't in journalism. This isn't normal for a journalist to do, guys, okay? All right, so I'm going to go ahead and leave this report, this link down below for y'all. And basically, the network said on Tuesday it would begin an internal review of Mr. Cuomo's conduct. But its executives had not immediately planned to hire an outside law firm, according to the persons familiar with the network's internal decision-making process. That plan changed in recent days, and CNN declined on Saturday to identify the name of the law firm it had retained. All right, so now there's a lot of good information in this report, y'all. And I'm trying to scroll down to see if I can find anything. All right, so here we go. In September, another former colleague, Shelley Ross, who had worked with Mr. Coumo at ABC's News, described an instance when the anchor touched her inappropriately at a gathering in 2005. Y'all, this is 2021. Knock it off, okay? In an essay published in the opinion section of the Times, Miss Ross wrote that Mr. Coumo greeted me with a strong bear hug while lowering one hand to firmly grab and squeeze the cheek of my buttock. And if y'all don't come clean and start to tell this nonsense when it happened, I'm thinking you the predator here. Something might be going on with you, okay? Knock it off, ladies. Yes, it's uncomfortable. Yes, it's unwelcoming. Yes, it's uninviting. Yes, it's not warranted. It's solicited, unsolicited. It's just hell no. We won't go. Knock it off. So Ms. Ross had been Mr. Cuomo's boss at ABC News. Before the incident she described at the gathering, she wrote, Mr. Coumo told her, I can do this now that you're no longer my boss. She wrote that. She was inspired to publish the essay partly because Mr. Coumo had escaped accountability. Hey guys, thank you for watching. Subscribe, like, share, follow, and don't forget to hit that for advising his brother while working as a CNA news anchor, and also because of the statements he had made on March 1st, in which he spoke of Karen very deeply about the issues of sexual harassment. And if he never would have helped his brother behind the scenes get off his sexual harassment charges of 11 pending cases, would these women be coming forward on Chris Coumo? And with that being, thank you everybody. Shalom. God bless you and have a great day. Peace.